Yes.
Today on Attack of the Show. First, it's the console, then the games, and now the microtransactions? How much are you willing to pay? The Loop is cashing in.
Keep away from me, I'll pay.
Then these blood-soaked beauties will make you scream. It's the MySpace Girl of the Week. And we've got the sexiest women alive popping out of Olivia's rack. All this and more on a live and generous Attack of the Show, starting right now.
Attack. What's going on here? Attack. Pick up on this. Attack. Attack of the Show. Attack.
Yahtzee! Welcome, everybody, to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. It is Wednesday, October 25th?
It is, the 25th.
Kevin Pereira.
Almost Halloween. Hey, what's up, everyone? I am Olivia Munn, and we are coming to you live from the G4 studios in L.A. So there was this article on the LA Times website about what 7 sites Carson Daly looks at every morning.
Yeah. Oddly enough, LATimes.com, not one of his sites, which I thought was kind of cute.
That's a good point.
Thanks for the article, guys.
Yeah, so he went through and, in his favorite sites.
I figured he'd be like ESPN, or he'd be MTV, or entertainment, something like that, something very simple and base. I was really surprised.
Yeah, it actually was pretty surprising. He singles out Dig, Break, Deadspin, some really things that we go to.
Yeah, definitely good sites. The Dig surprised me. Like, I'm glad to see Dig blowing up. Well done, Mr. Business Week. But no, it's cool to see the site gaining some traction, and it's really cool to see that another like a major television personality visits those kind of sites. But we thought this would be a good opportunity for us to kind of throw out a little pick of websites that we like.
That's right.
Let people get to know us, because really, who cares about Carson when he got us to? Hello.
Hello.
I'd kill for network.
Aww,
but no, let's talk
This is good here. I'm happy to be here. Comcast people, everyone. I love my job.
I love it.
You just screwed yourself.
Tell me about one of
Well, you tell me. You're always on the internet surfing around.
Always.
What are your picks?
On the cusp of the interweb. A site that I want to throw out there for people. I tend to get a little political, and not necessarily here on this show, but
I don't really hear you getting political ever.
Yeah, there's really no point here in getting on a soapbox. I like to have a little bit more fun here, but when it goes for the serious politics, and these guys actually do have some fun with it. Crooksandliars.com. It's a blog that I must hit every morning, even if especially if I miss the Daily Show. I love going here because these guys are going to give me the important stories. They're going to unspin them as best as they can, and the best part is the video clips. You're going to get some of the best, like from Keith Olbermann's little ranty wrap-ups to CNN news bluffs and Chiron errors. Like, it's all there. Crooksandliars.com, one of my favorite morning
I love that you don't stand on a soapbox. That's really irritating. There's people who they just want to get on and be that political guy and have all their their side. They want to fight all the time, and I like that. I don't even know that about you.
Here it's like, hey, MySpace and penis jokes.
MySpace hot girls.
No one wants to hear all that Bush. No, he's not a good president. Let me tell you.
Not that that's your stance either way.
Oh, that is my stance. But no one wants to hear that.
Okay. Now, this is something. Now, I usually go. I turn on the TV a lot. I have like CNN going, MSNBC going all day long with me. But when I want to get news and I go onto the internet, I go to Newsvine. It's like Dig. It's a lot like Dig, but it's more professional. It's very much like a newspaper. They've got stories from AP. It's has everything that's going on.
It's social news. It's like anybody can write a story about anything, and if you dig it, hey, you might get some money for it, which is awesome.
Exactly, but this is a little bit more professional than how Dig is. It looks more like a newspaper than what Dig is like.
Yeah, well, I mean, Dig is just collating news stories. Here, people are actually creating them. I think they're both incredibly professional sites, just different targets, essentially.
Definitely.
I imagine your living room looking like an NSA control center with like 300 TV screen monitors.
That would be
and,
great.
Different news feeds going on. Is that what it's like?
No, it's not. I have a very small place. I wish it looked like your place, where Kevin has like 3-4 huge big screen, like 60-inch.
Yeah, but like the TVs look big because my apartment's the size of a Cracker Jack box. It's like,
well, mine is small too. Maybe I could do that too.
That's all you need. Just get a smaller place. TV looks bigger.
Now it is time to show off some of the best stuff online, kind of like a Westminster for the internet.
Yeah, get ready for a package inspection. We're going around the net.
These days, everyone and everything has a MySpace page, even movies coming to theaters, though sometimes they're a bit awkward. Like, for example, why does the World Trade Center have a MySpace?
Yeah, it seems like a movie that doesn't need a top 8.
Well, yeah.
Necessarily.
And our producer made a really good point. He said, well, you kind of feel bad not being their friend. You're like, well, I guess it's the World Trade Center movie. I'll be your friend.
And that's like being a friend of Hard Candy and like cruising for tail in the top 8 of that one. Like, it's a little ironic, but it actually works.
Yeah.
Now Saw 3 is a movie coming out soon. They have a page.
I love the Saws.
Of course. They have a bunch of trailers, the usual stuff that you'd find on the MySpace page, production stills, whatnot. But then virally, they kind of snuck out a little clip within the MySpace profile in the video section. It got found out. There's already been millions and millions of views. Everybody's linking to it, so we thought we had to show it to you.
Up until now, you've just sat there as a voyeur watching other people in their videos without care about who that person is. Well, what do voyeurs see when they look into the mirror?
That's so cool. I know, I love that stuff. You guys, definitely times have changed. People used to buy tickets for movies they didn't want to see just to watch a Star Wars trailer or something, and now companies are actually sneaking ads out there hoping they'll just catch on.
Yeah, MySpace has really changed everything. It's like, it used to just be a meat market, but now it's like a meat market with creative advertising.
Yeah.
So it's really nice.
It's definitely a place where everybody goes to try to, like, you know, it's a big, like, you know, networking place.
How powerful that the studios are like getting their talent and paying them and saying, hey, do this message for these kids on the MySpace.
Yeah.
You know, like what? That's crazy. That used to be something they'd save for like a DVD extra.
Well, it's funny because, you know, when I do magazine covers, they always ask me, will you put us in your top 8? Because they want, like, my fan base to go over there. Like, could you put us in? And I'm like, really? Like, why do you want to be on mine? Because everybody knows how strong and how powerful MySpace is.
When I do magazines, people are like, seriously, you get out of the 7-Eleven and put that magazine down.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin.
It's all right.
Okay, well, you guys, make sure you stick around later on. Jigsaw himself from Saw, Tobin Bell, will be dropping by here.
Yeah.
Scary. You okay?
I'm good. Go to g4tv.com/AOTS. Sweet. Highlights?
Highlight.
Just go to g4tv.com/AOTS for all the links you just saw and everything else. But right now, get serious, folks. It's time for the only news that you need to know. Here's Layla Cayley and the feed headlines.
Thanks, Kevin. Here's what's coming up in the feed. First, sharing songs on the Zune might get you paid. Plus, a cult animated band has made the cut for Guitar Hero 2. And Chuck Norris has been a Delta Force member, a Texas Ranger, and now a writer. And I'll tell you all about it. It's all coming your way in the feed. But first, back to you guys.
Thanks, Layla. Now, listen, you folks at home, you're watching our show. I'm glad you're comfortable, but you really need to get off your ass and become part of this little extravaganza.
Or they can just keep sitting on the couch and just, you know, have a nice time and enjoy, you know.
It wouldn't kill them to be more active, is all I'm saying.
Well, it wouldn't kill you, but if you want to wait till the end of the show and then get off your ass.
Just talk to us. We want to hear from you in the army of monitor heads.
Here is James from Connecticut.
Hey, Attack of the Show. Do you guys know why Xbox Live arcade games cost so much?
No? Why?
No. I know. It felt like he was setting it up for a joke.
I was waiting for the punchline, but...
Why do they cost so much? I know, that's a good question. It's kind of lame that these retro games cost like $5 or $10, but you can play them for free, like, on different sites, you know?
Yeah, you can go online and play, you know, the Galagas and the Dig Dugs and the Pac-Mans, but I don't support those games. I didn't pay for those, and I won't pay $5 for those games.
You just
on
get
Xbox
them for free
Live.
on those other
Yeah, I don't even want to play them, but if I did, I'd play them for free or I'd download the ROMs myself. Yeah, I mean, that's possible. I do support the original game. Like, there's a lot of great content on Xbox Live that I don't think is overpriced. Like, I don't think they cost that much. $10 for like a Marble Blast, even Uno. You know, even Doom, it's not that bad. I mean, it's the price of a drink or maybe like 2 beers at a bar.
You know, but then there's some people, I mean, $10, it's not that much for you, but what about, you know, people at home who they don't have $10 to even get that drink, and some games people think should just be $1, and then we get into microtransactions. I mean, that pisses off a lot of people.
Yeah, microtransactions or micropayments, that's a whole other ballgame. There's a game on Xbox Live now that I was looking forward to for months called Lumines. And it was out on the PSP for a while, so they want you to pay like almost $20 for the game.
Now, this is what microtransaction is. It's when they...
Yeah, it's a small payment to get additional content or to unlock something else. And so the problem here is that you buy the game, you pay for Lumines, and then you download it, and you don't even have the full game. They want you to pay $5 or $6 more for extra levels or extra skins for this game. That's ridiculous.
It's like when you get a cell phone, but then you have to get all these extra like add-ons. It's like, well, here's a cell phone, it's really great, but now you got to get service. You want internet, you have to pay for this.
Exactly.
You want a headset, you got to pay for that.
And even like I even like equate it to ringtones, because 5 or 6 years ago, these extra levels or skins or downloadable songs, they used to be free, just like you could put ringtones on your cell phone for free. But now it's $1.99 here or $2 for the Smack That Akon ringtone, which is awesome.
But now you can get cheaper games and for the options that you want, right?
Well, they're not passing on the savings yet. Some developers are going to try and do that. We'll see. But everybody else right now is just kind of feeling ripped off, I think.
Yeah. Do you feel ripped off?
A little bit. Sometimes.
Well, we want to know what you guys at home think. It is time for the poll question. Are you being ripped off by microtransactions? Vote at our website, g4tv.com/AOTS, or text your vote to G4TXT. That's 44898 to vote and register for AOTS live news alerts.
I think I just hacked the internet.
Do you know where the
accident.
44898? Can you do that without?
Oh, I could totally blind dial.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Coming up later, we are taking you inside the new fantasy film Pan's Labyrinth. It's helmed by the geek favorite Guillermo del Toro.
Wow, you said that beautifully.
Toro. I'm
Can you say that again?
Portuguesa. If I said it twice, I would die. He was the director of Hellboy and Blade 2. You do not want to miss it, so stay tuned. Now, as you may have heard, reruns of Baywatch are returning to television next year, and this means big things for fans of water safety, beach-specific intrigue, and, one man who really needs no introduction, right?
Yes, you know him as lifeguard extraordinaire Mitch Buchanan. You know him as crime fighter Michael Knight, and you know him as the brother of our next guest. He is David Hasselhoff, and it's my pleasure to welcome back Mr. Steve Hasselhoff. Does he always have to look creepy?
Is that the adjective you want to use? Pleasure?
I don't know.
Hey.
Good to be back, sweetheart.
Hey, Steve. Ooh.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Olivia, my love. Of course, I'm here for one reason and one reason only.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Baywatch is back.
No, Steve Hasselhoff is back, baby. And I'm better than ever. I'm here to debut my new pilot right here on the DIY network.
This is G4.
Exactly. Your industrious and self-motivated viewers are in for a treat. Today, the debut of my new series, Bay Rider, where I, Steve Hasselhoff, patrol the sunny, sexy beaches of Southern California with the help of my talking boat, Ship. It stands for Super Hasselhoff in a patrol pontoon.
All right.
It was supposed to be Super Hasselhoff in a titanium tech boat, but we had a little trouble with the FCC.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, cute, Steve. But really, Bay Rider? I mean, are you serious here? I mean,
absolutely.
Really?
And hey, Olivia.
Yeah?
I got a bikini with your name on it, sweetheart. You're doing your own stunts, you know what I mean?
Okay, I just got chills. How did he get back on our network?
I bet you got chills, baby.
I didn't.
Set your TiVos. Here it is. Steve Hasselhoff's Bay Rider. Run it.
Protecting the coast and combing the shore. It's the crime-fighting team you've never seen before. A hunky detective in a high-tech boat that moved to Los Angeles from Terre Haute. Bay Rider. Yeah, Bay Rider. I said Bay Rider with Steve Hasselhoff. Yeah.
Wow. I bet he didn't even have a permit to film on the beach.
What the hell was that?
Huh?
No, seriously, what the hell was that?
You loved it, didn't you?
That was crap, Steve. I mean, that was really terrible. I'm pretty speechless.
Everyone's speechless, Kevin. I'm telling you. Buzz all over town is huge.
Great. Thanks so much for coming by.
Yeah,
slow down there, Sugar Buds.
No,
that's not all. I've got an exclusive clip. You want action? Steve Hasselhoff brings action.
Please
Run
don't.
Let's go, Ship. We're gonna nail those drug-running communists.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can you just stop doing that thing?
Thanks.
Thanks for coming by.
Oh, no, wait. There's still more.
No, there's absolutely not.
Oh, we got so much more. Here's a quick preview of the spin-off, Bay Rider Evenings.
No.
Run it.
Don't.
Bust the move, Ship. We gotta lose that whirlybird.
Oh, you can see the stray hairs on the bottom of his tub.
Huh?
That's not...
Just go.
Those are up on eBay, by the way.
Go now.
Okay.
Leave.
Hey.
No.
If you like the Bay Rider theme, pick up my new CD. Steve Hasselhoff sings songs from Inspired by Bay Rider, featuring the Bay Rider theme and my soon-to-be hit song, Drippin' Wet.
That's disgusting, Steve.
Be sure to catch Bay Rider and Bay Rider Evenings, coming soon to a relatively well-known cable network soon, I promise.
They're not coming soon anywhere, Steve.
Not.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Arrivederci.
Cut his mic, please.
How does he get back on this freaking station?
And how does he bring clips?
Yeah, how does he get clips?
I mean, I thought, shouldn't we know about this? Shouldn't our producer know?
Okay, now, you guys, I'm sorry. You at home, don't you worry. It's going to be all right, because we're always ready and won't let you out of sight. Yes, even in spoken word, the Baywatch theme works. It's pretty good, huh? We'll be right back. It works, right?
Spells, cars, and stadiums are all for sale. But are you going to pay for them? The Loop loans you the answer. And we geek out with Rainn Wilson on Olivia's Rack.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show. We are live, and before the break, we asked you if you're being ripped off by microtransactions. Well, according to our micro-messaging counting scientists at the G4 Laboratories, 78% of you believe that microtransactions are ripping you off. Well, let's go on over to Kevin, who's been known to dish out some microtransactions of his own. Emphasis on the micro?
Oh, weak sauce. I still owe you a micropayment. You upset about it?
A little bit. A little bit.
All right, let's talk about microtransactions here, okay? These are supposed to be tiny little payments made with real money or points, if you will, very nice, to purchase additional content for certain video games. But lately, some games have required more money to unlock additional levels, and others have demanded that we pay $1 or maybe $1 or $2 to unlock a cheat that we could previously activate by hitting the right button combination. Now, in the future, are we going to need to take out a loan to play the latest video games? Come on, just insert 200 Attack of the Show fun points, and we'll continue. I'll wait. It's The Loop. Joining us live via satellite tonight from Seattle, Xbox Live Director of Programming and my good buddy Larry Herb, a.k.a. Major Nelson, and from San Francisco, OneUp.com's One Up Yours producer, Andrew Pfister. Gentlemen, welcome to The Loop.
Hello.
We got a fiery topic on our hands today because, Andrew, I'm reading a lot of gaming blogs, and I'm listening to the fanatics that are out there. And I say fanatics because they make microtransactions sound like the biggest disaster since Katrina. And if you listen to some of the bloggers out there, they make Katrina sound like it just drizzled. I mean, they're saying this thing is huge. Why are people so heated about micropayments?
Well, it's not that severe just yet. But the reason people are up in arms lately about microtransactions is that it doesn't appear that anybody's really in control of the situation. You have publishers like EA doing their own thing. You have publishers like Atari doing their own thing. And then you have even small publishers like Hue Entertainment, who does Lumines, like you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, let's talk about Lumines for a second, because it seems like this was really the straw that broke the micropayment camel's back. What happened with Lumines recently? Can you quickly sum that up for us, Andrew?
Lumines came out, I believe, last week over Xbox Live Arcade, and it was 1,200 points. Now, the problem with Lumines isn't necessarily that it was segmented or broken up into small pieces like you were talking about earlier, but the way it's presented on Xbox Live Arcade.
Right. You believe that you're buying the full version of the thing. There's really no information that, hey, you're paying for a version of the game, but it's going to cost you more for the additional content.
Exactly.
All right. Now,
you're
Larry,
paying 1,200 points.
Larry, you work for Microsoft here, but you're also sort of an advocate for the gamers. So I'm curious, is your take the same as Microsoft's on this, and what is your take exactly?
So my take is really, I mean, it's about choice. And, you know, to talk what Andrew talked about and what you've been worried about is, I'm worried about it as well. But the reality is, with the Xbox Live Marketplace, this is a new era. We've never had this single place to go that we could pull off, you know, and have access to content like this. So what it is, what you're seeing right now, and Andrew, you talked about people don't have a choice. They actually do have a choice, and the choice is don't press this button to purchase. That's really what the choice is all about.
Now, Larry, as a gamer, I was really looking forward to Lumines, and sadly, I made the choice to not press the A button. It's a game that I want to play. I love Mizuguchi. I really enjoy the game. But after I had read about it on a blog, I said, wow, I'm glad I didn't spend, you know, the $10 to buy this thing. How does Microsoft feel about this reaction from the gamers?
Well, obviously, we listen to it very closely, and that's one of my jobs. And we're taking all of that feedback, and we're going back to our developer partners. As I said earlier, it's about the choice. So what we're doing is we're going back and we're listening to the blogs, you know, on my blog and what you guys are writing, what Andrew's doing, what everybody's saying out there. We're listening and we're going back and we're saying, wait a minute, this isn't working. I mean, it's not like we go home at 5 o'clock on a Friday and come back to work on Monday. There were emails flying about all weekend around internally about this, is what's going on. Because everybody that works on the Xbox team, these are gamers.
Sure.
So we care about it just as much as you do, and we want your feedback. I mean, look, the reality is, Xbox Live didn't get to be 4 million people strong by not listening. That's what we do, is we listen to the gamers.
Right. Well, and if you hope to get to 8 million, obviously you do have to pay attention to what they're saying.
Right.
Andrew, when it comes to these micropayments, things like Lumines, things like horse armor, where you could pay $1.50 for essentially a skin on your horse in Oblivion, for those who don't know. I mean, would this be less of an issue if the games were discounted, perhaps, or if Xbox Live itself, the additional services, were free? Do you think it'd be less of an issue for gamers?
Definitely. Like with Atari's Test Drive Unlimited, they came in at a price, I believe, is $39.99, which is $10 or $20 below what you're seeing for most next-generation games. And then they have microtransactions within that game, and you're not paying the full price. But with games coming now from EA, like The Godfather, you're still paying $59.99 full price, and then they're charging you on top of that. To address the topic of choice, that's fine, that's a good argument. But if you're buying a game for $59.99, and then again you're being forced to pay on top of that, that's kind of a false choice.
Yeah, I got to ask Larry about this Godfather issue here, because this is the recent blow, and I understand that it's EA's choice to do what they want with the Godfather, but they're doing it under the Xbox Live name. They're doing it with that brand, and I think, I mean, for those, again, who don't know here, you buy the Godfather, and you can pay to unlock additional weapons, you can pay for in-game money. The problem is that these are cheats that are available on a cheaper version of the game that come with it. You know, so it comes with the original Xbox version, it comes with the PlayStation 2, so, I mean, how does Microsoft feel about a developer taking a feature out of a game and then charging gamers more for it? To me, that doesn't seem like the Xbox Live experience I'm paying for.
Well, we're working with EA to try and understand what they're trying to do. And again, it's all about experimenting. You know, is it the right or wrong thing to do? At the end of the day, you know, this content just came out yesterday, so we have to look at the numbers. But I can tell you, I want to just go back for 1 second. You guys talked about Oblivion. There is no way you can tell me that that there's not enough in-game content in Oblivion. That game was worth way more than what we paid for it. So when we look at the horse armor, yeah, that's marginal. Do you want to pay for it or do you not want to not pay for it? But the fact of the matter is, we would be shortchanging the guys at Oblivion to say, well, you know what, that game really wasn't a full game. That was way more than a full game.
Sure. All right. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time because I wanted to get your thoughts on this Godfather controversy, but that's going to do it for the microtransactions chat today, that gentleman. So thank you for joining us. Listen, thanks, microtransactions, they're here, but, you know, we're still in the kind of the guinea pig stage, really. Gamers, if you don't like the content, don't buy it, and don't buy the games that depend on it. Vote with your wallets. Don't whine all over the internet. But developers, you're not off the hook either. Just give us a good, solid, finished games. If you deliver the goods, we're going to want more. Hell, we'll even pay for it. So thanks to Major Nelson and Andrew for joining us at the Digital Water Cooler and keeping us in the loop. But right now, let's go over to Miss Corporal Munn.
Thanks, Kevin. It is time again for the list. Today, we picked our 5 favorite things to buy this week. First up, a high-def LCD TV from Vizio that proves that sometimes cheaper means better. The 37-inch screen is the perfect size, big, but not too big. Still, it's almost $1,000, but when you consider how much these things used to cost, it's a steal. Next, if you have a notebook computer, it'll look awesomely protected inside a monster laptop sleeve. They're made of super soft material and come in 6 different colors, only $65. Next, the wireless eStarling that does one thing and does it pretty well. It's an LCD picture frame that wirelessly receives pictures automatically via email or through any Flickr RSS feed. It's $250, but really, you just can't put a price on the opportunity to send Goatsy into an unsuspecting picture frame on a mantle somewhere, someplace. The iPod Nano product Red has a lot more going for it than good looks. 24 hours of battery life and enough space for 1,000 songs. $10 of your $199 purchase goes to fight AIDS in Africa. And if you really want a fire engine Red iPod, you don't really have any other choice. And finally, from Stylin' Online, there's some geeky and sexy underwear. You can get Nintendo controller panties, and it'll set you back $13. They are officially licensed, and it will make pushing select and start a whole new adventure. That's today's list. Visit g4tv.com/AOTS for links to all the products in today's list. Still ahead, Chuck Norris is back. Okay, it's only in print, but hey, it is still Chuck Norris. We will have more of that in the feed, and I'll show off my rack. We will get geeky with Rainn Wilson and talk about the world's sexiest woman. All that and more on TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. To Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. We are live and ready to pop culture like the Hindenburg.
Well, actually, the Hindenburg more or less ignited into a giant fireball. But all's well that ends well, right? Because it's time to unhook your inhibitions and dive into the glossy pages of the features that you love. No need for support here. It's Olivia's rack.
Here is the latest on the newsstands now. Esquire picked the sexiest woman alive, and guess who it is? If you said Scarlett Johansson, give yourself a pat on the back. Wait, just the back? Yeah, I know. Woody Allen calls her sexually overwhelming, and director Michael Bay says she's a pain in the ass to work with, but says he means it in the best way, whatever that means. What do you think, Kevin? Do you think she's the sexiest woman ever in the world?
Okay, that's tough. Do I think she's the sexiest woman? No, but I can understand that most guys would, because she's got the look of like, you know what, I might stand a chance with this girl at the bar at 3 a.m. if, you know, she hasn't picked up anybody else yet.
Yeah, because she's got a hot body, but then her face kind of like, you're like,
oh, she might. A little busted from the Adam's apple up.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's
I think she's cute. She's hot, and I'd be honored to totally, you know, sleep with her, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. No, not a big fan. Next is Geek Monthly. Exactly, you guys wait for this. With the spread on super geek Rainn Wilson, who plays Dwight on The Office. In the article, Rainn jokes that he wants to be the first American James Bond. He also admits to a Diablo 2 addiction in his past and a Madden football gaming addiction.
I had a Diablo addiction as well.
Did you? Well, you also have something in common with Rainn, because not only do you both have Diablo addictions, but you're both in Geek Magazine.
Yeah.
Okay. See, Kevin's always...
Please hold your applause.
Kevin's always bringing out my magazines. He's in this one. Let's see.
Well, they really held it.
Exactly.
Look at that. Sultry.
Okay, this is Geek Magazine. What? Okay.
Look at that face I'm making, though. That's the worst photo I've ever taken, and they just popped it right in there.
Does Geek Magazine hate you? Why would they put a
I don't know. I mean, actually, yeah. You know,
we need modeling lessons. I'll teach you how to make a good look.
My buddy John was like, hey, come on down for the shoot. So I'm like, yeah. And they're like, no, just be natural. Be in the moment. I'm like, I didn't know the moment was taking a photo of me like this.
Well, and
you're
just
like slapping in there. Yeah. But in one photo, I look like Screech. I'm like,
I know, and also it's like it looks like an Urban Outfitters catalog. I mean, like come on, in a Geek magazine.
Geeks shop at Urban Outfitters.
But the whole thing looks like a catalog.
All right.
But great job, congratulations.
I like the magazine.
Let's do a shoot together. And finally, Heave Magazine, which, as you might have guessed from the title, is for Hebrews. You know, Jewish people. Yeah, there's a Jewdar, which is Jews in the News, and Hebonics. Yeah, the Heave Bathroom Bible features the best and worst toilets in New York. But this issue has, by far, the best fashion spread I've seen in a while. It is called the Borscht Belt of Horror, and the femme fatale is covered not in blood, but in borscht. Borscht is beets.
So someone beat all over, is what you're saying. That's what it looked like.
Can you say that?
I just did.
You just did, and that is my rack. Check out G4TV.com for a recap of this week's magazines, and you can find them all on newsstands now, especially Geek, featuring my boy, Kevin Pereira. We are just getting started here. Later on, Tobin Bell, star of Saw 3, will be here live in the studio. That's right, Jigsaw is here. Stick around. You're so dreamy. You're so we do that.
We always get caught. It's always like,
hey!
Oh, live show.
And we don't really pull it off very well either.
No.
We're not like...
There's nothing inconspicuous about it. Welcome back to Attack of the Show, though. We're live. And we, too, think that Parkinson's disease is faked. So,
that's true. Now, we got your back, Rush. By the way, you owe us some for the Oxy.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
We'll take no more IOUs.
Nope.
The news never stops breaking, my friends, so of course we have to report it. It's kind of our job here. It's time now for the only news that you need to know in the feed.
Thank you, guys. I'm Layla Cayley, and it's time to start the feed. Do you want to get paid for sharing files? That's the rumor about Microsoft Zune. The player comes with a Wi-Fi feature that allows users to share songs with other Zune owners for a limited time. If the borrowed song is then purchased from the Zune store, you'll get a credit towards purchases of your own. This hasn't been officially confirmed, but we should find out soon. The Zune hits shelves on November 14th. The Guitar Hero series features tunes from many rock icons, and now they'll feature animated ones as well. Def Clark, the metal band from Adult Swim's Metalocalypse, will have a song in the game's sequel. Thunder Horse will be one of the many secret unlockable tracks in store. Minds will be blown when Guitar Hero 2 hits stores November 7th. Chuck Norris may be able to cure cancer with his tears, but now he's got a new addition to his legend, writer. The news website, worldnewsdaily.com, has offered the actor his own weekly forum. And in true form, the kickboxer will discuss whatever he wants. The first installment has Norris discussing the facts circulating about him and his religious beliefs. Future columns will cover roundhouse kicks to the face and how Chuck's fist is the fastest way to the human heart. And finally, rapper Ice-T may find his new album pulled from shelves, not for cop-killing lyrics, but for his Gangsta Raps cover. Features Ice-T and his stripper wife both nude. Unless the label creates stickers to cover the image, it may be boycotted outright. Well, that's a shame. And that's all for today. You can now get the feed to go on your iPod. Visit the iTunes store or go to g4tv.com/podcast and click on iTunes podcast to subscribe. Now, you know what I'm going to say. You've just been fed. Back to you.
Thanks, Layla. Now stay with us. We are your hibernation home for the coming winter. I'm a great snuggler, too. That is true story.
Yeah.
Are you?
Furry like a bear.
Hey! Lots more ahead on TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. Snuggle!
Oh, no.
The Feed is brought to you by Tag Body Spray for Guys. Consider yourself warned.
What's going on here?
Welcome back, everybody. We are live and about to get bloody because Saw 3 dismembers its way into theaters this Friday. And to celebrate, we're breaking down the top 5 things you'll never hear Jigsaw say. Here to present the list is the psycho dealer of death himself, Jigsaw. Let's get it started, folks, with number 5.
Would you like to play a game? Because my World of Warcraft guild is planning a raid tonight, and we need a disc healer, preferably with spirit buff.
I didn't fancy him a WoW player. All right, number 4.
You have 20 minutes to get the keys out of my car. Seriously, I locked them inside. I always lock them inside. I can see them on the seat.
Right, so number 3.
In the kitchen, I placed all the elements for a sandwich. You must assemble the sandwich and bring it to me before lunch. It's up to you to decide whether I want ham or pastrami.
That's a good choice. All right, number 2, folks.
The only way out of this room is to find the key. And, oh wait, you found the key already. I guess I should have made that one harder.
And the number 1 thing you will never hear Jigsaw say.
Oh yes, there will be kittens.
Come on, it's Jigsaw, everybody. Let's welcome Jigsaw himself, Tobin Bell, to the show. Tobin, welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here.
That was. I think Jigsaw might say some of those things. There's a chance. Saw 15. He might be running out of things.
He probably does say those things to Amanda in the quiet of his lair at night. Yeah.
Now, listen, despite the fact that my own shadow tends to freak me out, I'm easily startled.
Yeah.
You're not very scary in person, Tobin, but I was hearing stories that you managed to freak out people during your daily routine from time to time.
Well, it doesn't happen very often. It happened most recently in a restaurant in Toronto. I ran out of the hotel one night and came into this restaurant, and I had thrown on my hooded sweatshirt with a zipper.
Rainy night, right?
Rainy night.
So it's pouring rain. You're wearing a hoodie.
Exactly, wearing a hoodie. Went into the restaurant. It's 11:30 or so. Most of the people are gone. There's a little 20-year-old waitress behind the bar cleaning up the skids, scraping them or whatever she was doing. And I looked at the menu, and she came, "Can I help you?" And she went, "Aha! Oh my God! My God, I won't be able to sleep. I won't be able to sleep." And I said, "Darling, wait, come."
Did you ask for anything, for a cup of coffee?
I ordered an arugula salad eventually.
Now,
after I calmed her down.
Do you threaten her with death if she doesn't deliver it exactly to your specifications, or?
No. We became fast friends, and I made friends with all of her friends.
Oh,
and
good.
I was there for 2 weeks, so I went back into the restaurant repeatedly, and we had a lot of fun together.
Sans hoodie, I hope.
Sans hoodie.
Okay,
it was the hoodie, I think, that set her off.
Yeah, at that time of night and in the pouring rain, I think so. I think that might work.
Yeah.
Now, Saw 1, I mean, at least for me, the original Saw came out of nowhere, and it really kind of took the horror scene and then took everybody by storm. Did you, at the time when you're doing this film, did you think it was going to turn into this franchise and have such a huge following?
No, I spent most of the film lying in a pool of blood in the center of the floor. So it was a surprise to all of us. We were, and a pleasant surprise, because you know, I had a car payment or two that I needed to make, and it has paid for a few of those.
Right. Now you change cars like you change underwear, right? You have a Hummer for every day of the week, and it matches your shoes.
Actually, I drive an old Bronco is what I drive.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is it like the Al Cowlings edition, or is this?
No, it's actually it is. It's a '91.
See, there we go.
No, they were driving a '93.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it it's still a big white box?
It's a big black box with a tan roof. Yeah.
Now, why haven't you upgraded here? I mean, come on, you've got some saw dollars running in.
I'm very, very fond of that old car, and it's running like a top. And I take the roof comes off in the summertime, so it turns into like a open air truck.
So what are you blowing the saw money on then, Tobin? Come on. I mean, we've got. I mean, I know you roll over. Your bed is made of money, and you roll around with it.
We started remodeling our house, and so as you know, remodels become. You start out doing one thing, but that's connected to that, and that's connected to that, and before you know it, you're rebuilding the house.
And are you leaving the blood stains in the bathroom with the chains and all the other torture devices, or?
Well,
I imagine your bathroom looks exactly like the one from Saw. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah. My wife would never put up with that. No. She's over at Snyder Diamond picking a little.
Yeah, of course. That's where it goes. That's why
that's
you're
where it goes.
Bronco.
Yeah.
Now, how is 3? You know, we were talking about the horror movies yesterday, talking about how you're constantly trying to raise the bar and top previous efforts. How does 3 stack up to 1 and 2?
You know, I think Jigsaw saved some of his most shocking games for 3.
Really?
It's very fast-paced. It's rather a harrowing journey for not only the audience but some of the characters in the film.
Do you ever shake your head? Do you have to turn away from the screen? Can you believe some of the stuff they're getting away with in 3? Does it surprise even you?
Yeah, it does. But you know, it's the fans that are you know, I talk to a lot of you know, skateboarders come up to me on the street, and we talk about the films, and I say, what do you like about them? You know, they say they're just so exciting, but they're really interested in some of the concepts that we talk about. You know, like appreciating your blessings and stuff like that, believe it or not.
You'd expect to hear, I like the part where the aorta gets cut and blood squirts onto the camera.
You would expect to hear that, but they really talk about some really interesting things, which is somewhat gratifying for an actor, you know.
Now, I saw you coming into the studio with a big film canister under your arm. I think that means you brought a clip along with you from the film?
I did indeed.
Okay, do you want to set this bad boy up?
Which I didn't know what was in the can. I was carrying it for them, but I don't know what was in it.
It could have been a WMD for all you know. You should really peek inside those things before you come through security.
Right.
All right, you are in this clip, Tobin, so let's check it out. Here it is, Saw 3.
Hello, Troy. I want to play a game. Despite all of the advantages and privileges that you were given at birth, you have returned to prison again and again. More comfortable in chains than you are in freedom. Tonight, we will see how far you are willing to go to break those chains once and for all. Live or die, Troy. Make your choice.
I want to hear you order that dinner salad in that voice.
Yeah.
I really do.
I'll have the arugula with the grilled chicken.
That's awesome. We should have cut back to the puppet for that. Tobin, thank you so much for coming on.
It's my pleasure.
That was a lot of fun.
I'm happy to be here.
Everybody, Saw 3 breaks down the theater doors this Friday. I know you're going to go see it, but make sure you bring all your friends as well and get the arugula. It's delicious.
Still ahead, we've got the trailer for Pan's Labyrinth. It's a crazy new fantasy film. Basically, it looks like the Chronicles of Narnia on crack. You guys will definitely want to see this.
From Vegas. I was wondering, has Hollywood really run out of ideas?
I like Scott. By the way,
Scott.
I just want to get that out there. I like Scott, and I like his question.
Yeah, I think Hollywood has run out of a lot of ideas. You know, they're doing lots of. But I love the Saws and I love the Hostels, and you know, I'm okay with them running out of ideas for now. And plus, like, you know, Heroes is kind of like X-Men. They kind of transfer over. It doesn't really bother me.
See, I look at movies like Borat and The Prestige or the Santa Claus 3.
Santa Claus, love the first one.
The Escape Clause?
Papa.
They're not out of ideas. They're still coming up with them. They're still, you know, have the major movie studios run out of ideas? Probably. They're not willing to take risks. But I think if you look to independent films,
Little Miss Sunshine, great.
Probably the best movie of the year.
Best movie.
Well, we'll wait until we see Borat, actually.
Yeah.
Because that could be the best. Our friend Scott just got an Attack of the Show T-shirt. By now, his entire closet is filled with them. So take one.
And if you send us in a question and we use it, you'll be sporting this bad boy.
The one that he's sporting.
Yeah,
That's
he's
why we don't
sporting
have
it. Yeah. Go to g4tv.com/video voicemail to send one in and you get a shirt.
That's right. And for you camera shy, we've got a new segment on the show. It's called Sound Off. We just want you to jot down whatever's on your mind, and we're going to chat about it on air.
So give us your 2 cents and go to g4tv.com/sound off. We want the straight truth. And still coming up, we have the trailer for Pan's Labyrinth. This isn't fanciful fluff like Harry Potter. It'll scare the crap out of you. See it next on TV's only source for all the stuff you care about.
If you haven't been watching Attack of the Show, this is what you're missing. For more info, go to g4tv.com/AOTS.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about.
We are live and this kitty's got claws. That's my cat.
Okay. All right. Coming up tomorrow, billionaire and crazy NBA owner Mark Cuban is going to sit down with us to talk about those morons who bought YouTube.
Yep.
His quote. His quote.
Plus, I'll be diving in your pants with sex advice that'll put hair on your chest. Unless you're a chick, of course, and on Friday, Blair Butler will be here with some fresh ink.
Yes.
And she'll put hair on your chest.
She does.
She does.
Finally, we've got the trailer for Pan's Labyrinth. Now, not all fantasy films have to be cutesy and be filled with little fanciful characters. Don't
Yes, some can scare the crap out of you with a tagline like, innocence like a power evil cannot imagine. Pan's Labyrinth is starting to turn heads.
From Picture House and the imagination of Guillermo del Toro. In darkness, there can be light. In misery, there can be beauty. In death, there can be life. Pan's Labyrinth.
Wow. Yeah, see, not many people know this, but Olivia Munn actually scored the track to this. Go ahead, man. Scare the crap right out of you. I don't know. I'm going to see it.
Yeah, I love creepy little kids.
You do, don't you?
They're creepy and scary, and
You were
I
a
love
creepy
it.
little kid, that's
Go ahead and say goodbye as I sing this out.
Okay, now for all the things you saw today and more, go to g4tv.com/AOTS.
I don't know.